All right, hello everyone and welcome back. I'm sitting down with Brett from Trinity Financial. So glad to be here with you today.
Thank you, Alyssa.
And you know, I have a topic, or we're talking a topic today, that's something I think is pretty important right now, retirement income and inflation. Pretty sure that can be very timely. So how does somebody know if their money will even last through retirement? I think that's a question I have myself.
Well, I know we've talked about it, you know, way in the past, probably back in January, but we have a pretty detailed program that we use that we put people's lifestyle expenses in there. In other words, what's their budget? We put their assets in there and what their sources of income are. So when you reach the point of retirement and you stop working, you're going to have, you know, your Social Security if you're fortunate enough to have a pension, and then you backfill that with all your savings because you have to cover those lifestyle needs. Okay. So we have a program that is designed to, and we put an inflationary figure in there to see if you're going to run out of money before you run out of time. So we try to get to age 100. Okay. So first and foremost, that's the best place to start.
Right. Yeah.
I think there's so many people that still use the old school theory of, well, if you just take out 4%, you know, everything's going to be fine. That's not always the case. It's a good tried true method. It's a good guideline, but it's to know for sure, I think is so important, because if we have to set up guaranteed income, that's huge. And so we're able to, with this program in our planning, to show people what they should be doing, and not guessing.
Yeah, I love that you were talking about, if you kind of want to go into more detail about that program, because I was going to ask, you know, how retirees can, you know, protect themselves from the inflation. I think we talked about that last week, the inflation and rising costs.
Right. Well, and we talked about that with the Medicare supplements and how they're increasing. And that's just one small segment.
Right.
You know, and as we know that right now we're still in an inflationary period, you know, within the U.S. economy, but so people's dollars aren't going near as far.
Yeah.
Their Social Security is increasing. I think it went up 2.7% this year, but that if their investments aren't keeping up with that, in other words, so for the first quarter of this year, you know, most people's mutual fund portfolios, stock portfolios decreased because of what was going on with the Iran war.
Right.
So those gains have been erased, but still we went through almost a 3-month period where there was negative gains. So if people are having a withdrawal during that time, it just compounds that because it locks in a gain or locks in a loss each month. So again, using a program as the base, and then determining, are we going to leave the assets in a portfolio and just systematically withdraw money each month? Are we going to put it into a guaranteed interest rate account? Are we going to put it into a fixed index annuity with an income benefit rider that will generate an income for the rest of your life, even if it depletes the cash? In other words, you're self-funding a pension.
Right.
But that's what's so important for the income, and to know what the future is going to look like.
Yeah, absolutely. And excuse me if I'm kind of repeating myself, just to understand. So is that program also maybe help you turn savings into, you know, a retirement income, like a good retirement, or dependable, I should say? So
that's a good question, because what it allows us to do is we do everything that we've talked about, lifestyle needs, we look at the future. We come back, it gives us a good tool on guidance again on how to allocate. So if you, we just recently worked with someone that had quite a bit of money in savings accounts and CDs because they didn't know where to go. Okay, and just using the same type of products with the same guarantees, you know, they can't lose principal. We were able to take their interest from 1% up to 4.5%. No risk. It's nothing fancy, but I mean, if you're earning 1% because you're worried about losing money, and you put it here and earn 4.5% and not lose money, that's good. I mean, you have time periods here. It was a fixed index annuity, whereas here it was in a savings account or money market. So there are some differences there, but using that tool gives us a great guide on how to allocate. Yeah,
absolutely. I was just going to say, you know, for anyone watching at home to, you know, stop in Trinity Financial and, you know, use it as a tool. That's a great tool. And even for somebody like me listening, it kind of gives me a sense of peace of mind that something like there is out there to help you.
Yeah, I can't imagine our practice not having this program. Because then it always gives us a track to follow too. We can look back on where we were 9 months ago, give an updated snapshot, and then look forward from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great program. And Brett, as always, it's such a great time talking to you.
Thank you.
Great. Happy I learned about that program. And if you're watching at home, make sure to check out Trinity Insurance and Financial Services. That number is up on your screen as well as the website. And we will be right back after the break.